The initial item will be item number 1, Revere Lodge, number 1171 of BPOE of USA Inc., 198 Shirley Avenue, James Hannon, manager. This is an application for a change of officers, directors of an all-alcohol club license. The application for the Revere Lodge 1171 of the BPOE of USA Inc. for a change of officers and directors to reflect election of club officers. This is a continuation from the last meeting when there was a failure to appear. Is there someone from the Elks here? I don't see or hear anybody. Okay, well, we'll file number 1 and we'll get back to it. If someone comes back from the Elks, please let us know. Item number 2, Beachmont VFW Post 6712, 150 Bennington Street, Paul Penta, manager. This is an application for a change of manager. The application of the Beachmont VFW Post 6712 Inc. for a change of manager for an all-alcohol club license to Paul Penta from Fran Matt. Is there someone here on behalf of Beachmont VFW Post 6712? I see Paul Penta. Mr. Your microphone unmuted. Paul Penta. Going once. Paul Penta. I'm sorry, Mr. Penta, we're going to have to get back to you. I see you're on there, but I can't hear you. Can anybody else hear him?
No.
Excuse me, there is a phone number in here as well. Let me see if that will work. It might be someone else. Hang on. Is this Paul Penta?
Okay,
I
well,
think this is technical difficulties. I'm sorry.
that's okay. We will move on. When if we get Mr. Penta back, we'll go back to it. Item number 3, Colwen Management Inc., DBA Staybridge Suites, Holiday Inn Express, Revere, 245 Revere Beach Parkway. Jonathan Moore is the manager. This is an application for a change of manager. The application of Colwen Management Inc., DBA Staybridge Suites, Holiday Inn Express, Revere, for a change of manager for an all-alcohol inn holder license to Jonathan Moore from Lucian Cavalcanti. Is anybody here from Colwen Management Inc.? I don't see or hear anybody. Am I missing something?
Yes, there is someone here. He's muted.
Okay. Is that John Aida? Is that who
Yes.
your name?
Hey, good afternoon, Chairman, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can now. Thank you.
All right. For some reason, I'm trying to get on video. I don't see it up, but that's up to you. You can just listen to my voice instead, if that's fine.
That suffice, sure.
Okay. Jonathan Moore was supposed to join as well. Maybe I could speak on his behalf, and if you have any questions specific to him, maybe he'll join in the interim.
Fine. Can you just tell us a little bit about what what you plan on doing with this and what
Sure.
more will be doing?
Absolutely. This is the dual brand hotel, the Staybridge Suites Holiday Inn Express, which is expecting to open by the end of this month. I know it's been a long process. Jonathan Moore has been appointed the general manager at this location, and he's taking over from Lucian Cavalcante when this application was first submitted. By way of experience, he has over close to a dozen years in the hospitality industry. He is also a prior manager of record, having been vetted by the ABCC and the local licensing authorities. He's at 3 prior hotels, 2 in Chelsea and 1 in Cambridge. So he comes to Revere with a lot of experience regarding the sale and service of alcohol.
Very good. Do any of my fellow commissioners have any questions?
And it does appear that Jonathan is here. I don't know if he can hear us or not. It seems like I see his name on the board.
Yes, I see his name is up here. So if any of my fellow commissioners have some questions for Mr. Moore.
Has Mr. Moore been employed in the past at this location?
He started in just a few months ago at this location.
Oh, he did. So he has been there.
Yes, and he is tip certified, and all the staff will have their tip certification.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any other questions? I don't see or hear any, so we'll end this portion of the process, and I'll ask for any proponents. Is there any proponents? Anybody want to speak on behalf of this transfer? Seeing and hearing none, I'll close that section. Are there any opponents? Is there anybody opposed to this transfer? I don't see or hear any. I'll close that section. Is there a motion to approve this? Oh, you
I'll
want me
make to approve. Excuse me, Daniel, did you want to speak? His mic, I don't think his mic is on, he can hear.
Yeah.
No. Daniel, you're muted.
Okay, because I couldn't unmute. It said the host had to unmute me. I was going to entertain the motion, but go ahead, Linda, go for it.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
The motion is approved. The application for a change of manager by Colwyn Management, DBA Staybridge Suites Holiday Inn Express Revere for a change of manager for an all alcohol in-holder license to Jonathan Moore from Lucian Cavalcante is approved. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, commissioners.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Item number 4, Gil Loperta Inc., DBA La Abula Common Products, 154 Squire Road, John Gill, President and Manager. This is an application for a transfer of a common victualer's license. The application of Gil Lopera Inc., DBA La Abula Carmen Products, John Gill, President and Manager, for a transfer of the common victualer's license from Sir Charlie Pima, said license to be exercised at 154 Squire Road, Revere. The requested hours of operation are Sunday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Requested seating to remain at 9. Is there someone here on behalf of Gil Lopera Inc.? I see John Gill. Mr. Gill, is your mic unmuted?
Unmute, okay. Or the video. Video, yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
All right,
Okay, we're trying to put the video on. Let's see if it works.
okay, do it again.
All right, let me do it again. All right, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Gill. So if you would just go over briefly what your plans are for this license, and we'll see what my fellow commissioners have any questions for you.
Okay, the idea is to leave the same floor plan and obviously the application to transfer of a common vehicular license. The Abuela Carmen Products as well as a wholesale. Basically leave the same seating, the same arrangement in and out of the operations of the store, as well as hours and parking. Everything that's as existing will remain the same.
Okay.
It's really that simple.
Okay. Do any of my fellow commissioners have any questions?
I have no questions. It seems as though everything is going to remain exactly the same. I'm not 100% sure where this business is. Is this business on that little strip mall?
It's
No.
right across the street from the plaza. The what's the name of that plaza there? Where Market Basket is
One
on Squire Road.
North
No.
Bay Shopping Center, yes.
Isn't it Esposito's?
Esposito's,
yes.
exactly.
Yeah, it's Esposito's Bakery. That's the business. So you're buying Esposito's.
That is correct.
Oh, okay. That's why I was confused. I didn't know it was for sale. Okay, so this is Esposito's Bakery.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I have no questions.
I'm sorry, Daniel?
No, I said I don't have any questions for him.
Very good.
Okay.
That being the case, we'll close this section of the hearing and I will open it up to any proponents. Is there anybody that wants to speak on behalf of this transfer? Hearing and seeing none, I'll close that section. Are there any opponents? Is there anybody?
Wait, sorry, I'm sorry. There is someone raising a hand. If you see on the attendees list, I'll give them a moment as soon as I
Oh,
grab
I'm
them.
sorry. I just noticed that. I'm very sorry.
Step up.
Dimple Rana.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna just bring her in as a panelist.
Thank you.
Is Maggie?
Who is it?
Okay.
Rear license.
Hello, everybody. I just wanted, as a proponent of La Abuela Carmen products, I just want to say that this is really exciting. This company has their products available in Market Basket and other grocery chains, and so they are a reputable company, and I'm looking forward to seeing them at their new location. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For the record, please, just so we have it. I guess she's gone.
Say again, I'm sorry, Rob.
Sorry. Yes, could you just state your name and address for the record so we have it?
Yes, Dimple Rana, 49 South Ave.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rana. Appreciate it. Is there anybody else that would like to speak either for? I don't see or hear anybody, so we'll close that section. I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second out there?
I'll second the motion.
The motion is approved. The application of Gil Lopera Inc., La Abuela Carmen Products, John, President and Manager, for transfer of a common victualer's license from Sefer Charlie Pima, said license to be exercised at 154 Squire Road, Revere. The hours of operation are Sunday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. The requested seating is 9, and that application is approved. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Yes.
you.
The next item is item number 5. Mass Trips Inc., DBA Esquite, 194 Shirley Ave. Abel Moreno is the manager. This is an application for a common victualer's license. The application of Mass Trips Inc., DBA Abel Moreno, manager of our common victualer's license to be exercised at 194 Shirley Ave. Is there anybody here on behalf of Eloti? I see him there. Name and address for the record, please, sir. Or ma'am.
Hello, this is Emiliano Moreno. I live in 370 Ocean Avenue, apartment 1101. I am the president of Mass Trips Inc., and my manager here, also vice president, is Abel Moreno. He's also able to assist us today, but if you have any questions, you can let me know.
Very good. Can you tell us briefly what you'd like to do with this business?
Sure. So this business is a small restaurant location at Shirley Avenue. So it's not like a full-blown restaurant. It's more like a snack bar, a grab and go. Especially during these times, we take the pandemic very seriously. So what we plan to do is have a small staff between 6 or 10 people preparing the food. Again, No, we don't expect anyone to be seating during these times. Normally, without COVID situations, we would have around like 20 people sitting inside, but now everything's takeout. We'll also provide delivery services using things like Uber Eats and everything else. Also parking, it is up to them to comply with city standards. You know, they all have driver's licenses, so that will be there in the street for them. And our products are mainly just Mexican food. We've been in the business for, you know, since 2017. We've ran food carts all over the Boston area every year. We have a huge, you know, follower base. Our products are very niche in a way. So we do have our customers waiting for us. You know, it's been hard to open lately, but hopefully now that we're finished all the other licenses, we can actually get this done. I just hope you guys understand we do take this seriously. We're gonna open our business, make sure everyone complies with the, you know, the state ordinance about the masks, the distancing, but, you know, we'll take care of it from there.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Do any of my fellow commissioners have any questions?
No, I don't have any questions. I'm sure he's received the pamphlets that all restaurants are going by, such as paper menus, and you've received all that information that you'll have to
Yes,
follow
absolutely.
those guidelines.
Yes,
Okay.
and including the, sorry to interrupt, including our employees as well. They're very aware of the situation, and, you know, we're gonna make sure everyone complies.
Okay, great.
Is this going to be a new location? You guys operate any other business in the city, or?
Yeah, so Mass Trips has been around, you know, doing the food service since 2017, although our you know, our business plan originally was elote, so it's like a Mexican street corn, a very, like, you know, it's a very niche product. We sell them using food carts. It's like a food truck, basically. And we would go all over the place, and, you know, a lot of people follow us, and they like the concept of street food. So now we're gonna have a full, yeah, it is a new location, like you said. It's gonna be in Shirley Avenue, and it's gonna be full blown. So it's not just the corn. It's gonna be more things like, you know, like sandwiches, quesadillas. You know, it's gonna have drinks as well. But it's not, yeah, it's gonna be like a, you know, like a snack bar. Definitely something they order and they receive, similar to popular locations like, you know, Chipotle, let's say. So yeah, that is pretty much how it's gonna work. It's a new thing, but we do have the experience by quite a few years.
Very good. Sir, do you also run a food cart? Is that your food cart as well?
This does not include the food cart. Now that is a separate thing with its own licenses and everything, but and we also operate that in other cities as well. But for this, it's just the restaurant. They're kind of like two separate entities in a way.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Are there any other questions from any of my fellow commissioners? Seeing and hearing none, I'll close that section. Are there any proponents? Is there anybody who'd like to speak on behalf of this? Yes, Deputy Cheever.
Just real quick, they did a great job at the build out. They complied by everything I asked. They actually undersized the hood, and which was unfortunate. So I had to go back in and extend the hood. They've done anything I've asked. I can't wait for them to get open. Between this business and boba tea, my kids are going to be dragging me down to this corner. So great menu. I think everyone will enjoy it. He made a great analogy. It's kind of like, it's a little bit of a Chipotle from what I'm seeing, and I can't wait for them to open. Thank you.
Appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
Is there anybody else that would like to speak on behalf of the business? Dimple Rana, hello.
Hello, Dimple Rana, 49 South Ave. I am a big proponent of this business. They have been a vendor of the Revere Farmers Market since 2017. They are one of the participating food trucks. They are currently also participating at the Friday Farmers Market at 249 Broadway. This is a great example of a food truck growing its business into a brick and mortar, and the location which they're going to open the brick and mortar is a renovated building on Shirley Ave, and a great location where there is a lot of foot traffic, and so the parking concerns here would be very limited. They've done a great job with their interior as well, and so not just myself, but the community is very excited to continue to support this local business and Revere residents. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rana. Is there anybody else that would like to speak on behalf of this project? Seeing and hearing none, I will close that section. Is there anybody opposed? Is there anybody opposed to this? I don't see or hear anybody. I'll close that section. I'll work on a motion. Would anybody like to make a motion? I'll make a motion to.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Thank you. I'll second the motion. The motion is approved for the application for a common victualer's license for Mass Trips, Inc., DBA Esquite. Abel Moreno is the manager, and the application for a common victualer's license to be exercised at 194 Shirley Avenue is approved. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. Thank you so much, everyone. Appreciate it.
Good luck.
Best of luck to you.
Item number 6, Rincon Lemeon, sorry, I'm hacking these names up today. Rincon Lemeon Revere, Inc., 260 Broadway. Juan D. Yamarillo is the manager. This is an application for a transfer of an all-alcohol restaurant license. The application for Rincon Lemeon Revere, Inc., Juan D. Yamarillo, president and manager for transfer of the all-alcohol restaurant license from China Roma Corp. Said license to be exercised at 260 Broadway, Revere, Mass. The requested seating is 66. The requested hours of operation are Sunday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. Requested entertainment is cable TV, radio, vocal music, and amplifiers. Is there someone speaking on behalf of this application? I see Juan Amarillo.
Yes,
Yes, how are you?
very good. And you?
Fine, thank you. Name and address for the record, please.
It's Juan Jaramillo, 14 Trifoni Road, Riviera, Massachusetts.
Very good. And can you tell us what your plans are for this?
Yes, sir. My wife's family has a restaurant with a great reputation in East Boston area for the last 20 years. They actually just commemorate the 20th anniversary last year. And the restaurant has been pretty good. It's a Peruvian food, which actually came in the first and one of the best foods in the world right now. So they're opening a few Peruvian restaurants around, and we see the opportunity by asking our customers. Everybody's asking for a second location. And Paul, who is the original owner for China Roma, he's my good friend, and he's trying to sell, and he's trying to leave the place. So we are on the intention of buying the building and open the second location for our restaurant there. So that's pretty much what it is. We have a 50 people capacity in East Boston, and we have wine, beer, and cordials there. And as I say, we never had a problem. We've been doing the business quite a few, like 20 years, speaks by itself. And we're trying to open a second location, and we love to do it here based that I have a business here already in Broadway. And you will remember we used to have the taco place.
Yes, I do.
And we now want to do the restaurant that we have long trajectory with.
Very good. Do any of my fellow commissioners have any questions?
So this, you're not going to keep it a Chinese restaurant?
No, unfortunately
No.
not. Now it's going to be Peruvian.
I've been going to China Roma for so many years. They have wonderful food.
Yes, it is good.
It's a
But
nice.
let me tell you something. The Peruvian food has a lot of influence from the Asian food. So we have something similar than Chinese rice there. So you can just
nice.
still try a little bit something different.
And how many years did you say you've had the one in East Boston?
20 years.
20 years.
20-year anniversary was last year.
Wow, congratulations.
Yes, we are right next to Javelli's in East Boston.
I know exactly where it is. Yes, I go to Javelli's. Yes, very
Yes.
nice.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so are you planning on buying the building also?
Yes, we are in the process. We hopefully closing by the end of the month.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
great. Okay, I have no other questions. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much.
I have no questions.
Yes, Andy.
Do you have any questions, Daniel? I'm sorry.
No, I don't.
Very good. I will close that section. Thank you very much, sir. Are there
Thank
any proponents? Anybody want to speak on behalf of this? Yes, Deputy Cheever.
First, I apologize. I'm looking for the raise my hand button and I don't see it tonight. So I don't know if I did something wrong or whatever, but I'd like to speak on Juan's behalf. He's been a great businessman on Broadway. He runs a great business. He's, again, another one I've gone in there and he's done some things for me to make his building safer. I'm looking forward to him taking over this building. There's some issues in there that Paul was aware of that needs to be addressed, and Juan's aware and he's willing to address it. So I think it's going to rejuvenate that little piece of that plaza next to 250 Broadway, and I'm looking forward to working with them.
Yes, thank you so much, Paul.
Thank you very much, Deputy. Ms. Rana, do you want to speak on behalf?
Yes, Dimple Rana, 49 South Ave. I'm speaking again as a proponent of this business. Which Juan Jaramillo explained, Rincon Limon is one of the most popular restaurants in East Boston and has been part of helping with the revitalization of the business district where it's currently located in East Boston. And it's going to do the same here and part of all of the revitalization that has been happening on Broadway. And so it's going to be a great asset. And we look forward to dining at this new location.
Very
Thank you
good.
so much, Dimple.
Is there anybody else that would like to speak on behalf of this license? I do not see or hear anyone. Is there anybody opposed? Is there anybody opposed to the issuance of this license? I don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section.
Commissioner, excuse me, I just have one more question.
Yes.
There were some outstanding fees owed to the city. Have they been cleared up?
He cleared it up yesterday, I think. He made the payment already for water. That was one of the outstanding ones.
I think there was some outstanding because I didn't. I don't know if my colleagues have gotten anything showing that they have been paid.
That
I'm
I
sorry.
don't know exactly, but I can research on that.
Excuse me?
Yes.
We just received a late letter from the collector's office that they have been paid.
Oh, so we did get that because I didn't receive that, Maggie.
No, I had not passed that along yet because we only just got it. Sorry.
Okay, as
A lot
long
of
as
this
that,
stuff came in late.
thank you. As
Thank
long
you.
as that's been paid, I have no other questions.
Thank you, Mrs. Knaus.
Very good. I guess I will make a motion to approve this. Is there a second?
Second.
And I'll make it unanimous.
Thank you. The applicant for transfer of an all alcohol restaurant license from China Roma Corporation to Rincon Revere Inc. Juan J. Amarillo, President and Manager, is approved. Thank you very much, sir. Good luck with the business.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
To my colleagues, I guess maybe Rob, that Robert Mahoney has been trying to text us to
Yes.
For the Elks.
A little bit.
Excuse me?
I've been communicating with a little bit, trying to arrange with Maggie to get the gentleman from the Elks on the.
Right, he can't seem to get on. Maybe he can do it if he's listening to the meeting. He can try to call in.
Well, we'll move to the next one. I'm sorry about the confusion on this stuff.
It's okay, I'm confused too.
This will be item number 7. This is SY 777 LLC, DBA Billy Taste.
It should be Billy T's on Revere Street.
441 Revere Street. Jin Jia Chen is the manager. This is an application for a transfer of an all alcohol restaurant license. The application from SY 777 LLC, DBA Billy T's, Jin Jia Chen, manager, for a transfer of all alcohol restaurant license from the Pan Asia Group, Inc., said license to be exercised at 441 Revere Street, Revere, Mass. Requested seating is 110. The requested hours of operation are Sunday, 12 p.m. to 10:30 p.m., Monday through Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. And the requested entertainment is TV and radio. Is there someone here from SY 777 LLC or Billy T's?
Hi. Hi, this is Jin Jia Chen. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Good, good.
So can you tell us a little bit about what your plans are for this location?
Sure, sure. So we are planning to transfer the liquor license from the previous owner. We are in the process of buying the business as well as the property as well.
Okay, very good. Do any of my fellow commissioners have any questions?
Yes, I have a couple of questions. Since I'm close by this restaurant, is it going to remain the same food, the same menu?
Yes, the menu will be the same. Also, we keep the same workers there. The chef will be the same taste. The only thing we changed just because the older owner, he was planning to retire. So he was looking for to sell the business to somebody else. So we were lucky to found this and then we tried to take it over, but we want to keep everything the same.
Okay, so are you working now at the present time? Do you work at this establishment?
I am working, yeah.
You do work there?
I mean, I don't work there right now because we are still in the process of taking over the business. I don't work in that restaurant right now, but
well, the deal, what plans do you have as far as the parking? I know the previous owner, I think, leased a piece of property on Sagamore Hill and was doing valet parking, because you really only have maybe 6 spots in front of your business. So how are you going to work out this parking? Do you still have the same arrangement as Billy T's had?
So we would consider that to continue. And also you said we have a few spots, a few parking spots, so we will use those as well. We will also encourage the customer, maybe if they can find any street parkings.
Okay, because that's the problem, I guess, that the neighborhood has had. It's been a great restaurant, but the parking has been all through our streets because of no parking there. Again, my question is, are you still going to have the property that Billy T's is using now for parking?
Yes, we will use the same.
So you will be taking that over also. So I would just appreciate that with you coming on board, that the valet parking does use that parking and not using the residence parking spots in the city.
No, we will not.
Well, I think that's the only problem that the neighbors have had. It's a wonderful restaurant. It's great to be there, but the problem is the parking situation. And again, you maybe have 6 parking spots total for your own business on your property.
Right.
So I would hope that you're going to work with the neighbors. We did try to work with the previous owner, and he he was great for a while, and then again, the parking seemed to pick up all through the neighborhood, which made it very hard for people wanting to work. Okay, I'll leave. What John was, I guess. Thank you.
Very much, Commissioner. Commissioner Osina, do you have anything to add, or
No.
Councilor Powers, I see that you want to speak.
Yes, I do, Mr. Chairman, and I want to thank you first of all for the opportunity to speak. As you know, I represent that area on the city council, and I certainly want to take this opportunity to welcome, any new business people into the city. That's what makes us prosper and grow. However, I also would like to mention the fact so that the new people coming in understand that Sagamore Street and all of the streets down there up to Wonderland are resident parking only, and they are strictly enforced. So just so that they have that information and they understand what that is and how it may or may not affect their business. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councilor. Are there any proponents? Anybody want to speak on behalf of this this transfer? I don't see or hear anybody else. I'll close that section. Are there anyone opposed? Is there anybody opposed to this transfer? I don't see or hear anybody. I'll close that section. I will entertain a motion. I'll make a motion to transfer to approve this. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Daniel. The motion is approved for the application of SY 777 LLC DBA Billy T's, Gin Gia Gen Manager, for the transfer of the all alcohol license from the Pan Asia Group, Inc. Said license to be exercised at 441 Revere Street, Revere. Requested seating is for 110. The requested hours of operation are Sunday, 12 p.m. to 10:30 p.m., Monday through Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 11:30 p.m., and the requested entertainment is TV and radio, and that application is approved. Thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to go back up to item number 1. This is the Revere Lodge 1171 of the BPOE of USAE, 98 Shirley Avenue. James Hannon is the manager. This is an application for a change of officers and directors of an all alcohol club license. The change election of club officers. Is there someone here from the Elks? Sir, you have to unmute your microphone. Sorry, I can't. Can anybody else hear him?
No, and I don't see him in the gallery.
Well, he's on the screen. He's on my screen, and I see his number.
Oh, and I don't have that.
I see the red microphone with the line through it, which indicates that he is muted.
I don't see his name.
He's calling in from the telephone, so it's just a telephone number.
Okay.
I cannot unmute him. He's got the option to do so at this moment.
Sir, if you'd unmute, we can proceed. Okay, well, I don't know what else to do. We will put that back on the table and we'll get back to it if we can work out that audio.
Oh.
This is the next item would be item number 8. This is the Revere Hotel Realty LLC DBA Avid Hotel, Boston Logan Airport, Revere, 405 American Legion Highway. Bernie Osh is the manager. This is an application for a malt wine inholder license. The application of Revere Hotel Realty LLC, DBA Avid Hotel, Boston Logan Airport, for a malt wine inholder license to be exercised at Highway, Revere. The requested seating is 65 on the first floor with 104 rooms over 5 floors. Is there someone here on behalf of the Revere Hotel Realty LLC?
I am here. I'm Bernie.
Yes, Bernie, how are you? Your name and
Good,
address,
how are you?
please.
Sure. My name is Bernie Ock. Hotel address is 405 American Legion Highway, Revere, Massachusetts.
Very good. Can you explain what you'd like to do with this hotel and what you'd like to do with this license?
Sure. Avid Hotel is expected to open on September 22nd, which is next month. We will have a market in the lobby, which is an open space concept. We are looking to hold beer and wine in our market for purchase.
Okay. Do any of my fellow commissioners have any questions?
Well, I just, I don't know what permits they have or if Deputy Cheevers has gone to inspect where this will be in what area of the hotel and the entrances and exits to this area.
Actually, I'm sorry, I can't really speak on it because when the hotel got shut down for COVID, they were still doing gypsum. So I haven't been back there since then. I've been to the one on the Parkway, which is complete. I've got records from them from their inspections as they're going along, but I apologize, I can't really speak to this hotel right now in that regards. So I'm confused. So there's no service in here at all. This is just, you're gonna have it in a fridge area for sale to people who are staying at the hotel?
Correct. It's only for hotel guests. No one can walk in off the street. It would be served by the front desk. It would be closer to the front desk. So when you were there the last time, kind of like where the back is, the front desk and the market is going to be literally in the middle of the building, because behind the front desk is going to be the laundry. So you're only going to have like where the breakfast area is, and then the main entrance and the side entrance to the outdoor seating.
Okay, so it's just typical to what you do with snacks and things like that. You also provide that.
Exactly.
Is it one fridge, 2 fridges? What's the volume you're looking at?
So we're only going to have it on one shelf because we're not going to have like a huge selection, but it's going to be, there'll be 2 fridges. One, like there's like a fridge and a freezer for your concessions.
Okay. If it matters what I have to say, I don't see an issue with it. It's typical of most hotels today.
I'm familiar with that type of business. But the thing is, usually we get some kind of a floor plan or where this is going to be. And,
the floor plan is, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but the floor plan was included with the application.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't receive it. Okay. That's my only concern. Usually we do get a floor plan and we can see exactly what we're talking about. And people coming in and out off the street, obviously, we wouldn't want them to be able to purchase any kind of alcohol. Would only have
No,
to.
so it would be for guests only, because we're going to have the doors locked because of COVID, because American Legion Highway is such a trafficky area with COVID. You will have to have a reservation to enter the building because we will have it locked. And the only way you'll get in is with your room key.
So it would be only registered guests that would be able to consume any kind of alcohol.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Very good. Does anyone else have any other questions? I will close that section. Are there any proponents? Is there anybody who wants to speak on behalf of this? I don't see or hear anybody. I'll close that section. Are there any opponents? Is there anybody opposed? I don't see or hear anybody. I'll close that section. Do you want to have a discussion about this, or do you want to move to a motion?
Well, I don't know. You know, I can't say I haven't seen it. I haven't seen plans. I don't have a problem with the beer and wine as long as they say they've got someone tip certified that's gonna, whether they deliver it to the room or how they pick this alcohol up, they come down and get it, or, you know, I did have questions, but we can also, you know, if it is approved tonight, we can also go back and address some concerns that I may have.
Very good. Now, Mr. Osh, is this going to be delivered, or do people come down and get it, or how does that work?
No, so you'll purchase it at the gift shop. So I am tip certified, and just to give you a little more background information, all front desk agents will be over the age of 18, and they will also go through the tip certification as well.
Very good. Anybody else have any other questions or comments to make? I don't see or hear anybody. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second the motion.
Very good. The motion for a malt wine inholder license of the hotel
Unmute his phone.
Boston Logan Airport Revere is approved. The malt wine inholder license will be exercised at 405 American Legion Highway. The requested seating is 65 on the first floor with 104 rooms over 5 floors. That application is approved. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We will try to revisit item number one more time and see if we can get anything done with this. I know the gentleman's been trying to get in, but to no avail.
I think I'm in now.
Oh, very good. Beautiful.
We got him?
Lodge 1171 of the BPOE of USA Inc., 190 Shirley Avenue. James Hannon is the manager. This is an application for a change of officers directors of an all-alcohol club license. The application is Revere Lodge 1171 BPOE of USA Inc. for a change of officers to reflect the election of club officers. Name and address for the record, please, sir.
James Hannon, 111 Centennial Ave, Revere, Massachusetts.
Okay, Mr. Hannon, thank you very much. Can you explain a little bit about this change of officers?
Oh, every year we have an election, and some new officers come in, and the state requires us to send in a change of officers and directors. So we do every year.
Very good. Thank you very much. Do any of my fellow commissioners have any questions?
I have no questions.
Thank you very much. That being the case, I will move to approve. Is there I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second that.
Thank you very much. The application for a change of officer director for an all alcohol club license for the Revere Lodge 1171 of the BPOE of USA Inc. is approved. The change of officers and directors will reflect the election of club officers. Thank you very much, Mr. Hannon. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Bye. The only other holdover, I think we had item number 2. We had Paul Penter available, but we couldn't bring him up. Is that still the case, or can we move on?
He doesn't seem to be here anymore.
Okay, thank you very much. This will bring us to, that'll close the applications. We're now moving on to our hearings. The first hearing will be item number 9. This is the Four Partners Inc., DBA Antonia's at the Beach, 492 Revere Beach Boulevard. Rodrigo Angulo is the manager. This is a hearing into violations of health codes, entertainment license, and state laws related to control of alcohol beverage licenses. This is a continuation from the last meeting. Is there someone here from the Antonia's at the Beach? Yes, gentlemen, I see you. Okay. Name and address for the record, please. You have to unmute your microphone, sir. It's in the lower left-hand corner.
I was saying my name is Rodrigo Angulo, owner of Antonia's at the Beach, Four Partners Inc. And my address is 69 Cole Road, Winthrop, Massachusetts.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, this is a hearing into some violations that were reported since our last meeting. Now, as you recall, in our last meeting, we had discussions about what we were going to be doing and how you were going to be proceeding with the business. And we had made some general agreements about what was going to happen. And it appears that that did not happen, that there were some issues that have arisen. And I was wondering if you could explain those.
Okay, I'm gonna have Juan speak about that issue. One is more. Go ahead, Juan.
Hi, my name is Fernando Loaiza, 484 Riviera Beach Boulevard. Since the last time that we spoke, the last time that was one time the health department, Michael came and we got a ticket because the mask. Last week, this weekend, we had the people from the governor checking all the places. They came, they see everything was fine, everything was good. They just come in, they saw that everybody was with masks. We also, there was addressing that everybody was eating while they consuming liquor. And they were happy with everything was fine here. So since then, we don't have any issues. We don't have nothing like, we follow the rules like you say. And even today, I had the second meeting with all my staff. We got a person who got classes about COVID-19, about sanitation, about masks and all the stuff to make sure to reinforce these issues with our employees.
Very good. Thank you very much, sir. Mike Wells, if you could just from your perspective, just kind of tell us what the issues are that you see, and that would really help us out.
So after the License Commission last month in July, on July 29th, we received a complaint on Antonia's from a guest that was there the night before, basically with the restaurant not complying to masks. I visited the restaurant on July 29th at 1:30 in the afternoon as a follow-up to the complaint that we had received earlier that morning. Upon arrival at 1:25 on 7/29, employee and owner in the restaurant in the bar area with no masks, and kitchen employees were also observed with no masks. The establishment was fined for the violation of non-enforcement of masks. I will say that our local inspectors are out on the weekends right now enforcing. We're doing compliance checks all weekend long, Saturdays and Sundays. We had a pretty lengthy meeting this morning with our state delegation from all agencies, from Department of Labor Standards to the ABC. They are out and about as well in our community. So there is definitely a lot of enforcement coming, already happening. So, and will continue to happen.
Inspector, what was the attitude of the business when you addressed them, and how did they deal with it once you presented the issue to them?
Fernando was receptive. Listen, I was in the restaurant business for many years. I totally understand what they're going through. But, you know, in the situation that we're in with the global pandemic, you know, this is not an option. It's hard to wear a mask. I get it. I'm not saying it's not. You know, I don't think you can find one person that likes it. But at the same time, it's very, very important, and it has to start. The enforcement has to come from the ownership of the restaurants and the businesses.
Thank you very much. Do any of my fellow commissioners have any questions for these gentlemen?
I would just like to, Michael Wells, have you revisited the establishment in that time period since you?
I have not been back there since, no.
You haven't? Okay, thank you.
Yes, Councilor Powers?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As you know, I represent that area on the city council. My constituency runs the length of just about the length of that boulevard from Revere Street all the way down to the Lynn line. To me, that's a very, very serious infraction. I mean, it's like putting private interest before the public health. We have in the country now 170,000 deaths. Okay, and we have a lot of people in this country who are saying, well, I don't have to wear the mask. It's not going to affect me. Well, let me tell you, it's affecting just about everyone. I wear the mask myself, and I would hope that all of the constituency in the city would wear the mask. That's the only way this virus is going to be conquered. My other interest down there is I've had complaints from people that live in the condominiums there, hearing when the windows are open down there, loud music at night, okay? I realize it's a business, it's a restaurant, and I wish them all the success in the world. However, the people that live in those buildings come first. They're citizens of this city. They pay taxes, whether it's through rent or real estate. They have the right to be able to go to bed at night, 9, 10 o'clock, whatever they choose, and get a good night's rest. So I would caution the owners of that operate that business, in addition to the public health issues, be very, very aware of the noise emanating from that building when they have a band down there, that people leaving the building, getting in their cars at night, horns blowing, doors slamming. Again, it's a residential area as far as I'm concerned. And I would ask, because if something like this continues, you'll find me up before the licensing board again, going through all of these complaints. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Councilor. Commissioner Osina, did you have something you wanted to add?
I do, and I wanted to just, reiterate what Councilor Powers said. I mean, obviously we're in unprecedented times, and it's incumbent upon all of us to do our part. But I also understand that Fernando and his partner, they're doing their best given the circumstances they're under as restaurant owners. But my question to you, Fernando, I think it kind of harks back to where we were at the last meeting, is who is primarily responsible for the day-to-day operations at the restaurant to ensure, A, that the city requirements are being complied with, but more importantly, the requirements set forth by the Board of Health is being complied with inside the restaurant as it pertains to the employees. So who's the day-to-day operating manager or point person in your restaurant that's supposed to take on these matters to ensure that the employees are doing what they're supposed to do?
Chairman, Fernando is my manager. He's 24/7 here, 7 days a week. He's in charge of the restaurant.
I want to say something. I wish I can show you the video that my trainer today. It's not just one person responsible. It's everyone. It's every employee. It's every cook. It's every person who's around responsible to make sure we follow the rules. Make sure they wear the mask. Make sure they're cleaning the tables. Make sure they sanitize. Make sure we use the right paper. Like I had like almost $1,000 in paper for the disposable menus. So yes, it's me, but at the end I had more than 10 eyes to ensure everything happened.
Well, right now we have a person in the private room giving classes to our employees about the COVID-19 and how serious it could be. And right now they having classes at the room next to us. We pay a person that knows a lot about all these issues to make sure every working in us to understand how to deal with this.
I'm just gonna show you a little part. This is what happened right while we talking here. This is a video that my person's training and all of my staff. He's training and make sure everybody knows this is all about COVID-19. Right? Let me tell you, I don't think nobody does something like this. This is the third class, right? To follow, make sure this everything. We follow the recordings from the city. And like I said, just on Saturdays, Friday, Saturday, that was people from ABC, and they was make sure everything. They just come around, they see everything was fine. So I'm happy they just come. Your hostess was wearing the mask. Your employees outside are wearing the mask. I went to the kitchen, and everybody was fine. They left. I called them to make sure you guys all say you need anything. No, you guys good. I don't know if you got that report, but that means we follow. You know, like I told Michael, it's hard to be on top of that, like, you know, what happened with the kids and everything, but we are doing it. Like if somebody coming without mask, we supply the mask. If somebody's walking around, we give it to them, right? And I'm aware to all my employees. Make sure if they see something, make sure they talk. Don't feel afraid to talk to any customer. Hey, please, you gotta get your mask. You need something, we can give you one, right?
Yes, Commissioner Guanasso.
Yes,
Thank
I think I appreciate everything that you're saying. I appreciate the pictures, but you know, that's a picture that could be taken anywhere. I think
It's happening right here, right now.
excuse me, I think what you're saying today, we heard last month. And I'm sorry, you say there's 10 people responsible. We put managers on a business because it's their responsibility to make sure that they carry out what they're supposed to get done there. I personally, we have a large city. I don't even know the number of licenses that are out there. You've been up here 3 times. No one else, everyone, they got it the first time. This is what you got to do. And that's it. We've got to protect the residents. And as Council Powers said, I also live in that area. A lot of noise comes from that building, a lot. And I understand it's a business. I appreciate it. I'll go on to another thing that I saw last week. A big party at the home right next door that I think you own. Many people out there last week. A big party in your backyard, balloons blown up. Not one mask, not one, sir. Okay, so I don't think you're doing the job.
Also, I have to deal with the neighbors. What they doing? I don't
wasn't
understand.
him, it was somebody else.
No,
Talking about the neighbors.
The house right next door, the driveway. You said you own it.
No.
You
so
don't-
what it's something to
Sir,
do with
do
the rest.
you own the door next door to the driveway?
No, that's somebody else. That's our neighbor that he doesn't like us either. We have, he always
talking
called the
about-
city hall.
Yeah, but
to
I
complain.
don't understand what I mean.
Yeah, okay. Listen, I know what I saw. Whoever had the party there did not
It's
follow any
something
rules.
with Anthony. I don't understand what's
But
that with Anthony.
besides that, you have a business. I don't think this board is to babysit any license. I think you know what you're supposed to do. I can go get pictures anytime right now. Everybody put a mask on. Here's a picture, okay? I don't see it happening at your business. And if somebody can walk in there just once and find that no one has a mask on, you're doing takeout in the kitchen. These people are cooking takeout and you're shipping it out with no mask on. I think this board has been very fair to your business with a lot of problems you've had between an outside band, you had music, you've had parties, you had a family party in the middle of the COVID, whatever the story is. I just think we can't just keep bringing you back. We have to pay inspectional services to go around and inspect. That comes out of taxpayers' money. Now, if they come to your business once, please, don't let us pay to keep sending them back, okay? It just isn't fair, and I don't understand why everyone else gets it. Antonia's hasn't got it yet.
Yeah. You know, you're right about something when something happened around. I remember, I don't know, like a couple of weeks ago, we closed around 10 o'clock because that was really slow. And somebody parked right in front with high music, Latino music, by the way. And the police come in 5 minutes. And they come around, is everything okay? And I say, yeah, why? I say, because we had complaints about your music. I say, well, I'm close and what are my plans? And I don't know, I can't control people who's stopping by right in front. So that's good that you mentioned that. I think the next door happened. Now you say, I'm telling you about the other report.
No, I didn't say that I saw a car out front of the music. I said, this summer, you clearly had a DJ on the sidewalk.
Yeah,
what
and
I
we
said.
already clear
Now,
about
is
that,
that
not happening anymore.
Is my information wrong on that, sir? Are you saying my information's wrong, sir?
No, I'm talking about car park right in
Oh,
front
okay.
with music really loud.
I'm not
That
going
was
to go
like
back and forth. The rules are the rules. You
Yeah.
have to comply by the rules. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to go back and forth.
That's
I
what I'm
don't
telling
have
you.
to do this
That's what
with-
we're doing right now. I mean,
Don't have
getting somebody who do classes and everything, that costs me money to do something like that. And it's every month,
Cost every
class.
restaurant, sir, cost every restaurant the same thing. Every
Yeah.
restaurant has the same rules. I don't find any excuses. I just really have no excuses anymore.
Mhm.
Inspectional services will keep going down there. Taxpayers will keep paying to make sure that you're doing the right thing. Not fair to the city of Revere. I have no other questions.
Commissioner Osina, do you have anything you'd like to add? Very good. Inspector Wells, do you have anything you'd like to add?
I do not.
Very good. Well, I mean, we have the situation, it needs some addressing. What do you think would be a reasonable remedy here?
You talking to us?
I'm talking to
Well,
my.
no, I don't think they should give a remedy. I think it should be the board to give a remedy. You know, at this point, again, they're taxpayers also. They do have a good business there. They have good food. They just don't get it. They're not listening. So I guess if nobody else is going to make a motion, I would make a motion that should we send inspectional services down there again, and there is a violation, that Lieutenant Randall will go down, take the license, and I would ask for a 3-day suspension while they sit with all their employees and see if they can show them what has to be done, and maybe they'll follow it at that point. And I don't like to do that. I don't suspend licenses, but I think this is enough warnings for this board that you just can't keep doing it and keep telling us you're trying and you're still training. Everyone else is trained, every other restaurant, so I find no excuses. So I would put that in the form of a motion, an immediate 3-day suspension on the violation. I think this may have happened last month too. We were gonna have a special meeting. We also gave them a break on that we would call them right in should there be another violation. Not a week later, there was another violation. We didn't call them in.
So if I'm clear on this, your motion would be that if the inspectional service goes down and writes them up again, that they would be subject to an immediate 3-day suspension.
That would be my motion.
Is there a second on that?
Second the commissioner's motion.
Did you say you wanted to second that, Daniel?
Yes, I second the commissioner's motion. I truly hope that this doesn't, it doesn't come to that.
Very good. And did we want to put a time limit on that, or is that an indefinite, or how long do you want this to go on?
The 3-day suspension? Well, I would have it a 3-day suspension, but then they would have to be called in and request to reopen. They would have to come in for an opening to get their license back. We would take their license. They would not have one.
My only concern is if it's a 3-day, and I would ask the chairman to enlighten me on this. If it's a 3-day, it sounds like it would be a temporary suspension. My concern is that if they would be required to come back before the board, it would extend beyond the 3 days, and it would also push them into September because we only meet once a month.
Yes, Commissioner. Usually on a case like that, we would call for a special meeting
Yeah.
for them. But I mean, I will go along. If you want to put a substitute motion in, I'm willing to listen to a substitute motion. You want to return the license in 3 days? I'm okay with that.
I do think that it should probably come back before the board. I would like if maybe we could amend the motion to just if it is in fact pulled in light of a violation, and we hold a special meeting. I guess the special meeting would take place. That would be the amendment. But I would like for Antonius to have an opportunity to come before the board and not sit for 30 days because we want them to be open. They have employees. Everyone has bills. So I'm just trying to think of a way to lessen the effect of a potential violation. But I just truly hope it doesn't come to that. I hope that they get the message.
Well, Commissioner, if you, I have no problem with returning their license in 3 days, if that's how you want to make the motion go through. We would suspend it for 3 days. They can pick it up in 3 days. In the meantime, of course, if there's another violation, they wouldn't be able to.
I think a special meeting should be called.
Okay, that's fine.
Special meeting should be called.
Well, I am more inclined to, I mean, I will go along with that motion if that's what you, my fellow want to do. I would be inclined to roll back hours as a full license. But, I will do whatever you would like. So I think there's currently a motion for the business to be closed if another violation occurs. Is that where we're at right now?
Well, if you want to make a substitute motion, I will go along with whatever motion. If you feel rollback hours are the way to go, I just feel this is the peak of the summer. Again, I don't want to hurt the business, but the business has to follow the rules as every other business. It's not fair to the other businesses that are following the rules. So if there's a substitute motion, my motion would be a 3-day suspension should they have another violation. And as Commissioner Osina said, we'll have a special meeting on the 3rd day and see if they should be reinstated. And that's only if they have another violation.
I would second that motion if it wasn't already second.
If that's the motion that you want to approve, we will approve that motion.
I would second that.
Motion is approved. So that if there is another violation, there will be a 3-day closing period, and then we'll have a hearing to determine where we. You understand that, gentlemen? Yes.
I think,
I just looking for a clarification. Is that until the next license renewal, indefinite? Is there a sundown on this?
Well, I mean, I would just go until the next renewal. Does everybody understand that?
no, I'm sorry, I didn't understand what Deputy Shriver said.
How long will this be in effect? And that'll be in effect until the end of the year, until the license renews.
To the end of the pandemic, to the license renewal? Just got to kind of have some kind of line on it for them.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see what you're asking, yes. I'll take a motion from another commissioner on what they would like to do. How long this would be for. He's
Well,
absolutely
let it go to the end of the year. So I would make a motion that we would continue this, that if we're inspected again between now and the end of the year, and there is a violation, that the business will be closed for 3 days. And then at that point, there'll be an emergency hearing to determine what will happen from going forward.
Okay, do we have a second on that?
Are you seconding that?
I guess so.
Can I-
Wasn't as
can I-
as it- Yeah, but I'll second the motion.
I'll abstain.
Motion is approved. So gentlemen, here is the story.
Okay.
From the License Commission. You guys basically on a probation, where if you get inspected again and you are found to be in violation, the License Commission is going to take your license for 3 days. And then we'll have a hearing at the end of the 3 days to determine what goes on from there. But
Okay, Chairman.
so right now, everything is fine. Just keep it that way and we won't have any problems.
Okay, Chairman, we fine with the decision. We'll do our best. I know we're in probation and we'll, like right now, like I say, I don't know if Mrs. doesn't believe us, but we have a teacher right now doing classes and we can have that proof and send it to you guys.
I guess this is the person.
This is the person doing the classes for us right now. That's the
Can you speak with
supervisor.
what we're doing right now with the
Yeah,
classes?
absolutely. My name is Walter Solorza. I'm the food director of food safety and quality assurance for Gourmet Caterer, and I do those consulting on the side. So I was doing, the COVID-19 standards operator procedures, and also we went over, the flows, the food, how the new normal can be, between these viruses, with the other viruses that we have, dealing, in the kitchen. The PPE standards, for all the servers back in the house, and we were able, to cover, a lot of stuff in the agenda, for today, from 1 o'clock, almost to 3:30 p.m.
So, Mr. Chairman, we're doing our best. You see, we have a person teaching us how we're gonna work from now on.
Well, look, you guys just do the right thing. No one wants to hurt you here. We all want your business to succeed. You have a good business there. We all want it to succeed. It's a great location. You're serving good food. So just do the right thing and you shouldn't have a problem. The city's not trying to hurt anybody here. We're trying to help.
No, I really appreciate your works and we are good with that. We'll take care, make sure nothing will happen again.
All right.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Granado.
Good luck.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much. Very good. Item number 10. Kenneth LaFosse, DBA Brothers Auto Body, 1619 Naples Road. Kenneth LaFosse, owner, manager. This is a reconsideration hearing, requesting a hearing into the non-renewal of the Class 2 motor vehicle dealer license. This is continuation from June. Is there someone from Mr. LaFosse? I see Attorney Cipolletta. I see the name Kenneth. Okay, we're ready to go. Just to recap, this was a reconsideration of a denial of a Class 2 renewal. And I guess that's where we are. So everybody's been gotten some documents. Attorney Cipolletta, do you have something you wanted to say?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, thank you very much, and honorable members of the License Commission. I just wanted to update the commission on some things that have happened since we were last before the commission. I believe the matter was put forward for about 60 days to allow Mr. LaFosse to tie together some of the obligations that had been imposed by the city of Revere. This license was non-renewed, as far as we were informed, for two major reasons. One, that there were outstanding taxes, and I think that matter no longer exists, and also that there was a punch list of things that needed to be done for inspectional services and the fire department. I believe that there was another site visit within the last 5 days. Mr. LaFosse can, I was not there, Mr. LaFosse can fill in the commission. I asked the fire department to do an inspection. I'm not sure whether that's been done or not. I don't have a report on that, but I'm sure Deputy Cheever will fill in the commission with respect to the status. But it seems to me that all of the things that Mr. LaFosse was supposed to do have been done. There's one thing that's outstanding. I think it has to do with painting or spray booth. This is not a suspension or a revocation of his auto body license. It is his Class 2 license, which is totally separate and distinct. And I think that all of those matters that pertain to the issuance and the exercise of his Class 2 license have been fulfilled. I would ask the permission of the Revere License Commission to have Mr. LaFosse bring you further up to date, as he is aware of some things that have occurred within the 48 hours since my last involvement, Mr. Chairman, if that's okay.
That's fine. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Kenny, you need to unmute yourself.
His mic is muted.
Okay, is that good enough?
Yeah, that's good.
Can you hear me?
Thanks.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I had the electrical inspector come and all the lights and everything, he inspected everything. That's all set. We had the plumber here. That's all set with the plumber. I had building inspector here yesterday. He went over everything yesterday, and he's all set. The only thing that's not inspected yet was the fire alarm. Everything is all set except I had trying to get a paint mixing room, and I had a company out of Rhode Island come down, and they spoke to Mr. Chivas a while back, and it's too complicated for him to do what Mr. Chivas wanted to do, and I gave him a deposit, and he ended up giving my money back. He said, you know, somebody else, it's too complicated, you know, what they wanted to do. He couldn't get a straight answer from the fire department. I told him to call the fire department before he did it. It was like $7,200. I said, get a hold of Deputy Chivas before he did it, and he's just ended up giving my deposit back. He won't do it. That's all I need to do is store the paint. I got most of it out of here. I've been here for 33 years now. Never had a problem, you know, real problem like this I'm having now. But everything else is all done. My access, the second access, we guess, is all set. Everything's cleaned up. The street's sort of a mess right now with all the construction going on down here. I can't, you know, it's not my fault, but there's a lot of stuff going on here right now that you know, I can't have any control of. But everything here is cleaned up, and the only issue I have now is just the paint.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. LaFosse. Deputy Cheever, do you have anything that you wanted to add to this?
Yeah, there's a lot of letters flying around in the last few days. I'm receipt of Attorney Cipoletta's letter, which is incorrect, inaccurate. The fire alarm system has already been inspected and already been signed off. That's been said multiple times. It's in his building permit right now, building permit application. It tells him he has to replace one Hon. He used a wall-mounted Hon strobe on the ceiling. It says you got to replace that. That's the only thing it says about the fire alarm system. That was signed off. The issue is, and the communications between Alamex and myself occurred after his ticketing hearing, and I spoke directly to them. I had to reach out to Alamex twice, which I have email records, which have been forwarded to the commission, with me reaching out to Ed Lasky from Alamex to get the as-bills. He apologized, saying that he's been laid up due to COVID and he's been not working. He apologized for delaying getting those. I have no issue with that. I understand that completely. The outstanding issues were that I don't know is done is the removal of the illegal spray booth in the basement of this property, including the illegal venting system that was directing right into the atmosphere that was being used by Juan's Auto Body, which brought us into attention of this property back when there was a fraud case against Juan's Auto Body, which brought us to the property in 2016. Commissioner, I'm giving a little bit of background just so our new member understands where we are. This property has been an issue since 2016. He refused to do the corrections. He refuses to stop parking on other people's property with his vehicles at different stages of repair on direct sight at the main entrance circle to the city. You got cars of all different missing fenders and everything else under Clear Channel's property. Clear Channel put up barriers to keep them off there. The barriers disappeared so they can get back on the property. I don't know who took them, but the barriers disappeared. Spoke to Clear Channel about this. So his notice from me was to stop using the city property for his vehicles, stop using Clear Channel's property for his vehicles. And due to the excessive amount of combustibles in vehicles at different levels of repair that were all over his property, I ordered him to put the fire alarm system in. He refused to do it at that time. It took me to spend money with the city lawyers to force him to get the fire alarm system in. He still has not addressed his paint storage. If you also look at my records of review of his building permit, it says paint storage should be addressed to requirements of the Building and Fire Code. Submit these documents as an F permit through CitizenServe. There is no documents in CitizenServe about paint storage since that has been in there. As far as communications with my office, with the gentleman that gave him his proposal, there has been no communications with my office, none. And I don't use this term. Attorney Brown used it. It's a lie, okay? I don't call people liars. I usually say there's a misunderstanding or something else. I called this gentleman directly because his information was provided to me. And I said, have you ever spoken to me? He said, no. I said, what is the status of your submittal? He goes, it was so long ago, I don't even know. He goes, I gave that to Ken LaFosse, never heard from Ken LaFosse, so I assumed it wasn't a go. I said, so when would you reach out to me? He goes, after approval from Ken LaFosse, I would have contacted you and gave you the submittal for review. It's not my job to go through the codes and put together what needs to be done. That's why he hires somebody. Then that person comes forward to me and provides what they're doing for the paint storage. There's been no communication with my office in regard to paint storage. So this is a fabrication, and I take it personal because I don't do that, and I don't normally call people out for this. I've been more than patient with everything and all the comments that you've made about me through this whole process. I'm kind of done with it now. You have not complied. We've gave you extension after extension after extension, and you still have not complied. Through the commission. Apologize.
Thank you, Deputy Cheever.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Okay. As far as Juan's Auto downstairs, the spray booth is removed. It has been removed for the past 4 months, or since June. It's before then, when you came, that's been removed. You can ask the building inspector. He would say yesterday for the inspection, everything is removed. And I'm going to apologize because the paperwork that was sent was from 2016. My secretary sent that paperwork in error on, it was a spray booth. All right. It wasn't for the paint mixing room. It was for a spray booth. It was sent to the lawyer by error. All right. We called yesterday, and I do apologize, but what do you call it? Collision Tools did contact you. You talked to them. You told them that he put the spray booth in, the paint mixing room in, he'd own it. So I have a letter from them stating that I think circled that from the city of Revere, it has to be, you won't tell him what he needs. He wanted to hire an engineer and all this stuff. He puts hundreds of these in a year. And that was it. All you have to do is just spray booth, the spray paint room now. I got most of the paint out of here. I got some explosion-proof cabinets, actually. We bought them. They're getting delivered here tomorrow. With all the COVID, I couldn't get them anywhere. I've been trying to get them. They're getting delivered here tomorrow. I'm gonna put all the paint in the cabinets. That's all I have left here. Everything is done. There's no spray booth down the cellar. There's no exhaust fan down the cellar. There's nothing here. Everything is done, okay? But with all the construction going on here, we can't move down here. Between the hotel and everything that's going on with the building on the street here, the street is right now a mess. 90% of them cars are not mine. But I mean, whatever, I did everything. And I apologize, the paperwork was wrong. The person you called was, if you look at the paperwork, it's dated 2016, okay? This paperwork here, the new guy I had was 6/23. He was here of this year, of June, all right? It's Collision Tools, Inc., out of Rhode Island. And he did speak to you, Deputy.
All right, thank you very much.
And I did speak to him. He's the gentleman I called, so I don't know what you're talking about. I have one call to my office, and I didn't record who it was, asking in regards to a paint booth in your office several months ago. And I said, just put in what you need to do for the code. I'm not a consultant. They have to follow code. So he gives me a submittal saying, here's what I'm doing to make this to code. I've never received that.
Well,
thank you very much. We're going to move on, please. Commissioner Guanasso, do you have any questions for this?
I think, Commissioner, we've gone through this many months, and I don't really know where he's at. I do drive by there. I still see a lot of cars parked up underneath that billboard there. I guess I've, said everything I've had to say in the past few months. I don't know what else to say. He says it's done. I can only go by the paperwork that I see, if it's been done.
Thank
I have
you.
no questions.
Commissioner Osina? Your mic is, you need to unmute your mic.
I guess my question is, we received correspondence today, actually, indicating that although there were a significant amount of actions taken to remedy the outstanding issues, there still remains quite a few issues with the property. So when I hear this gentleman, and I only see his first name, I'm not sure what his last name is, Kenneth, saying that everything is done. I mean, was it done as of today? Because it seems to me that based on the correspondence that the board, the commission received, it says there's still a significant amount of illegally parked cars, which I think you said that there's not much you can do about that right now on the property or near the public way. There's filters missing in the spray booth. So unless that's not an intricate part of the spray booth, I'm not sure how, if it was inspected, it could be improved if there's still filters missing. And it seems to me there's still issues with storage of flammable and combustible items on the property. So my question is, when were these items addressed and fixed? And what can we do to get someone out there to inspect the property as soon as possible?
Thank you, Commissioner. I just have one comment. And this is regarding, this is more kind of how things have gone from this thing from the get-go. You had the state police involved. They wanted taken. They suggested that we take it. There were criminal activities going on. There were convictions. There was a jail time. There was a lot of things related to sale of motor vehicles and license. So, and then when we add into the fact that just a renewal recently of the dealer plates that Mr. LaFosse renewed, he renewed by claiming that he had a Revere Class 2 license when he in fact didn't. So he has no problem going through documents, signing anything. And because of that, to be quite honest, I see no reason to reconsider this at all. So that's my position.
Can I speak to the chair?
Pardon me?
Can I speak for a moment to the chair? I just want to talk to Commissioner Daniel, just to kind of give him a little background. So during the last commissioner meeting, he was told that he had to have everything done by this date. Okay, so Ken LaFosse has a tendency of, it's not my fault, this is in my way, that's in my way. So now he's putting that out there again. The construction down there, what construction? The hotel's down the other end of the street, it's nowhere near him. What construction? So I don't know what he's talking about. If you're talking about, are you talking about 22 Naples? That's all behind the fence. 22 Naples, that's all behind the fence. So it has nothing to do with your business. You still have cars under the sign. You still have cars all over the place. So you have been given extension after extension after extension, and you still haven't complied with the order of notice written from me in 2016. You still haven't complied based on the letter of summary with what you were told to do with the order to correct.
Everything is done, okay? Everything is done here.
You just said,
haven't
you just, through the chair, you just said your paint storage is not corrected.
My state, I'm trying to get cabins and stuff. With this COVID, I can't get anything, buy anything, right? I bought them online. They'll be delivered here tomorrow. Okay, it's the only thing I got. Is, and I'm being honest with you, building inspector here yesterday went through the whole thing. He found no problem, nothing at all. Okay, I did everything I was supposed to do. All right. If you go down here and drive down the street, you see who owns all the trucks and cars parked on the street, okay? I take everything off the street at night, everything's put away. Drive down the street at night and see what's here, okay? There's nothing on the street at night. I own the property across here, I own the house, I own the lot, all right? I maintain the street, I sweep the street, I do whatever I can here. I've been here for 33 years, I never had a problem.
On the lot across the street, it's not zoned for what you're using it for. You got cars all over the place. When you transferred that building next door, I wouldn't transfer it until you removed those vehicles. You removed all those vehicles, transferred the property. As soon as I left, you popped all the vehicles back inside that lot. It's not zoned.
What lot's that? What lot is that?
One next to your house.
That's zoned for that. I have my license out of that lot. My dealer's license is out of that lot.
Well, you
Okay,
don't have-
it's 1619 Naples Road. That's 19 Naples Road. It's been like that for 30 years.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. LaFosse. We're going to move on right now. So I am going to, does anybody else have anything else they want to add?
No, I just, as everybody knows, I've tried to help out this applicant, and I'm probably one that pushed for the extension after extension. And I only wish he had come here today with the proper paperwork and could prove to the board that he has done everything, but I just don't see the paperwork to confirm this. And as Deputy Sheriff said, Deputy Jeeva said, I think it was down there.
No,
So-
Deputy Chiefs wasn't down here, okay?
Excuse me,
Okay, Lewis was down here, and he says he can't sign off on it until Deputy Chief signs off on it.
LaFosse, please don't interrupt.
I'm
Thank
sorry. I'm sorry.
Commissioner,
Okay, I have no other questions. Thank you.
thank you. Commissioner Rosina? Your mic again.
Questions?
Very good. Well, I'm going to make a motion that we do not reconsider. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. The motion to not reconsider this is approved, and that's going to be the result of the hearing, is that we're not going to reconsider this non-renewal. So thank you very much. That concludes the items for consideration in the hearings. The next items are communications. An advisory from the Massachusetts Alcoholic Beverage Control Commission regarding food service and gathering for licensees selling alcohol for on-premise consumption. I don't have a copy of that advisory, but also a notification from the Revere Health Inspector, which we did already reviewed, regarding Antonia's on the Beach for failure to comply with employee mask requirements. And also a proposal from the Wonderland Entertainment LLC, DBA Oceanside Event Center, to allow them to reopen under COVID-19 restaurant guidelines. Does anybody want to speak on that? Does anybody have a position on that?
Well, if it's going to be a restaurant, I don't see a problem with it. But again, they have to go by the guidelines like everyone else. I mean, he'd have to go to, I guess, the fire chief, Chief Chivas, and find out how many would be able to go there. And I have no problem with it if he goes by the guidelines that are set for everybody else.
Very good. Commissioner Osina, did you have?
That was my only concern. I'm somewhat familiar with the business, and I tried to look into it a little bit. And as my fellow commissioner pointed out, I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't allow it to reopen under the same guise that everyone else is following at this point.
Very good, sir. Thank you. Councilor Powers, did you have something you wanted to add? Your mic needs to be unmuted, Councilor.
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
As we all know, that's a very large building. It has a potential for a very heavy capacity in there. I believe the upstairs alone holds over 600 people. Whatever is going on in there, because of the size of the building, I would want to make sure that the health department is going in there periodically, doing inspections. I know Mr. Wells does a great job at what he does, and this may put a little more stress on the health department, but so be it. I mean, if they're complying with all of the rules and regulations, and it's being inspected periodically, I really have no problem with it. I just want to make sure that it's done properly, and that the people going in there are protected as far as their public health is concerned. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Inspector Wells.
I met with representatives of Oceanside, I believe Monday or Tuesday. I met with them, walked through the establishment. Deputy Chief was there the week before me as I was on vacation. He's only looking to open 2 days a week right now, Fridays and Saturdays. He's looking to do themed nights, so it'd be by reservation only. Sorry. Also, he will be doing food. The only thing that's not consistent with a restaurant is he does not have typical tables set up. It's more of couches with a couple of cocktail tables in front of the couches. Social distancing is not an issue in there, the way he has it spread out. He only plans on using the bottom space, the bottom floor, and he will be putting in some a full food menu as well.
Thank you. Is there anything that we need to be, that we should be aware of in considering this proposal?
No, I just don't want it to be perceived as a club. I want it to be perceived as a restaurant. It's going to be a very, very limited menu. That's the only concern I have, is that the perception of it. I think this, to do the right things. I just hope that the right things happen. It is a big building, and he's only allowing, I believe he said, 200 people in there.
Very good. Yes, Deputy Cheever.
Through the chair to Inspector Wells, so he indicated to me that he was going to do, high-end pizza and salads and those type things, because we have the issues with the condition of the kitchen. Did he indicate to you that he was looking to do more than that?
Nope, he was just looking for a very simple pizza, salad, same exact thing that he.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So the kitchen's a little older, but for changing out the equipment to do that, he shouldn't really have any issues. If he tries to expand the menu beyond that, then we're going to have some issues with the scale.
Very good. Do any of my fellow commissioners have any questions for these gentlemen?
No, I have no questions. Seems like they've got everything under control, and they've inspected, so I'd have to agree with them that as long as they go by the guidelines, I have no problems with that.
Good. All right. Well, I guess that we will consider that proposal, and I would suggest that as long as they do provide the proper guidance, that they should be able to just fine. Well, that concludes the communications. And it also concludes the agenda. I will make a motion to adjourn.
Our next meeting will be on the 16th, I believe. Is it the
Yes, the
16th?
16th.
Yes, the 16th of September. So I'll make a motion to adjourn until September 16th on 2020.
Okay, thank you.
Is there a second on that motion?
Second it.
Thank you. The meeting is adjourned.